it's me, Rambo again. I haven't really done a tape in several weeks other than my little Chrissy. But so I've got a lot of little things on my mind. First of all, up front is the good news. Dr. George Tiller is still dead. And his clinic is closed forever. Aren't you all happy? But the thought crossed my mind that it would have been ideal if Dr. Tiller could have been buried in that cemetery where the caretakers dug the people up and resold the graves. Well, a lot of those corpses they took out of their peaceful little quiet box where they felt safe, ripped them out and cut them in little pieces, and threw them in the dumpster, just like Dr. Tiller had done to so many children. His punishment would have been a good punishment. Cut him all up. Cut his little hands off and show what they look like. Or his head cut in half, hold it in somebody's hand, and show what this would look like. But by all means, throw him in the dumpster. You would hear 60,000 angels singing if they saw that. Now, did you know that the liberals want to tax unnecessary surgery? So between Cher, Michael Jackson, and Nancy Pelosi, they should be able to straighten out the budget. Nancy Pelosi has had so much Botox put in her face that she can't even not smile. I heard Dennis Miller said she looked like she'd been in a wind tunnel test 24/7. She is full of Botox, and she can't do anything but smile. If she was telling you that the world was coming to an end, she'd have to smile while she was telling you that. And then you've got Joe Biden's hair plugs. The most cheapest hair plugs anyone could ever have. It's so obvious. You'd think with his money and knowledge, he'd at least have him put some decent hair plugs in there. I really don't think Hillary's had a lot of Botox. She's just as ugly as ever. Obama is not able to sell his health care plan. It's because people are hearing all these promises with no delivery. Shovel-ready projects. He spent $67 million of the $67 billion, I think it is, of the 700 and some odd billion stimulus plan. He hasn't even spent it. He's saving it, I know, to do things a little later on towards his next run for a second term, and then he'll start handing out the money. In this health plan, they're going to ration health for the elderly. Everyone knows that. But it isn't just me. I'm elderly in hell. I don't care if I die tomorrow. But I have some children that have severe disabilities that mean the world to me, and they're going to become dispensable as well. They're not going to want to put a stent or bypass surgery into a child who has cerebral palsy and has a level of 18 months. Even though she's precious, she goes to school, she hugs, she kisses, she loves. Everybody loves her. She's left a mark like you wouldn't believe. They would eliminate her. This is how Hitler began. Abortions were rampant in Germany to get rid of the unwanted ones. Then he decided anybody who wasn't white and Aryan needed to be gotten rid of. The gypsies had to be killed. The Jews had to be killed. And then what do you think that he recruited? Like, you know, Obama wants an all-volunteer army. You're not as old as me, most of you, but Hitler had brown shirts. They were in uniforms, and they were the all-volunteer army, and they did exactly what Hitler wanted them to do. You notice they've let Hillary say a couple things in the last week. Obama's kept her under wraps, pretty much. He put her in that office so that she wouldn't run against him in 2012. And so the same he did with Joe Biden. Joe Biden won't run against him in 2012. He thinks. But I know one person who's going to run against him in 2012, and when? Sarah Palin. All you loonies, you tear her down, you demonize her, and spend all that time, you're not going to touch her, because she's smarter than all of you. What about Obama and that race crap that he got himself into? That Professor Gibb was a Harvard professor. The cop went up on it. Someone had said someone was breaking into that home. He went up. He wanted his ID. And the guy turns around and says, "You're a racist cop. I'll go outside with your mother." Talk street talk. Certainly didn't talk like a professor. And ultimately got arrested. 8 witnesses agreed. Some were black and Hispanic officers. They agreed with this other young officer. And now Obama, the cop was, Obama makes it sound like it's his idea, but the cop was the one that suggested having beers at the White House. I had to laugh, because, you know, just when you've got a race problem, liquor them up. You know, let's see what happens. Let's all get boozed up, see what happens with a race problem. Without Obama sticking his nose in about something he didn't know, saying that the police acted stupidly in Cambridge, nothing would have happened. But because he knew this guy and figured he was a nice guy, alright. He wasn't. He challenged the cop the minute the cop opened his mouth. "You're a racist cop." Wouldn't give his ID, acted up, threw himself around, and he got arrested for disorderly conduct. And what did the liberal bloggers do? Go after the woman who called in 911. She was on Tonight. They had said that she said they were 2 black men. She never said that. They asked her, were they black, Hispanic, white? She said one of them looked maybe a little Hispanic and the other one I couldn't see. But they've made her miserable like those liberals always do. They go after Sarah Palin. They go after Joe the Plumber. They went after that guy that dared speak up at the new justice's hearings. So they were prowling and digging up any dirt they could find in his background. This is the way they work. They can't just disagree with you. They ruin you. They ruin you. And now, you're Democrats. You got Chris Dodd, who always, "I didn't get a sweetheart deal. I didn't get a sweetheart deal. I didn't get a sweetheart deal." Alright? He did. It finally came across. A bunch of them did. And that was the AIG, that was where the first problem started. Was in that bank. And Chris Dodd got a sweetheart deal there. And he might as well stop lying about it now. Now, he'll never get elected. He's a liar. This country, these people don't want to elect liars. We also don't want the health plan. But I'll let you go for now.